It's only a matter of time until YouTube finds this video and takes it down just because the word Alex Jones showed up in my video. And I said Alex Jones! That's right, YouTube. I'm calling you out. Bring it. Bring it! Anyway, guys, this video is just a quick rant talking about my next door neighbor, the city of Philadelphia. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard this, that Philadelphia is one of the many cities in America that has been labeled as a sanctuary city. And get ready for some cringe, because here's a quick footage of the beloved Mayor Jim Kenney, celebrating this little victory a while back.
A sanctuary city, yeah!
Even though the video was only 3 seconds long, it is definitely long enough to make me want to retch in rage. Oh, and it gets better. About a couple weeks ago, Jim Kenney posted this on his Twitter. ICE has been notified that we will be terminating their access to PARs. Philadelphia will not be used by the federal government to separate families and instill fear in our immigrant communities. In other words, he just went up to ICE and just gave him the big old finger and told him to beat it. And I even threw in my 2 cents in this thing, bringing up how the owner of the Eulogy Tavern in Old City closed his doors because he just could not stand the crime situation that is happening in the city. And even this week alone, I would hear on the radio just massive crime reports every day. I lost count on how many people have been shot, how many robberies have happened. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, you had one day, a cop went to a resident in Germantown to issue a warrant, and the person panicked, grabbed his gun, and shot the cop in the jaw. The next day, I would hear of a murder-suicide that involves a father and a daughter. Apparently, the father was going through a really hard custody battle, and I guess the only way to end it was to kill the daughter by suffocation, and then he ended up killing himself. And then the next day, I hear of a local North Philly rapper by the name of General Reezy or something, and he was killed via drive-by. Him and, I guess, his female companion. And get this, in this drive-by, there were a total of 6 that were shot. Just those 2 were killed. The others were injured. And I'm thinking to myself, drugs? Because why else is a rapper targeted like this? In North Philly, of all places, the one place you want to avoid at all costs, day or night, avoid them. I would then hear another report of another shooting that's happened in the daytime. Right in the South Philly area, somewhere along Snyder Avenue, there was a shooting in which the shooter was aiming at a police car and riddled the windshield with, like, bullets. Like, 6 to 8 bullets. And this fucker Kenny, is celebrating this little victory of a sanctuary city and not partnering up with ICE. I mean, this guy must have a hard-on for crimes. And it gets even way better. Way better. After this whole announcement of the ICE, partnership coming to a close, we get this ugly little fucker right here. This guy, he's a native from Honduras. He already broke into this country illegally the first time back in 2009 and was busted in Philadelphia, and he was sent back. But then he came back again in 2014, and again, why? He's retracing his footsteps back to Philadelphia, and they were going to deport him again, but then, Philadelphia has been labeled as a sanctuary city, so ICE, they couldn't do anything, and Philadelphia said, let him go. And so they did. And guess what he did next? Yeah, that's right. This scumfuck of an immigrant goes off and rapes a 5-year-old girl. A 5-year-old! Of all people! A fucking child! And the punishment for this guy? 8 to 20 years in state prison. And again, I think to myself, really? He already got busted once for coming to this country illegally, and we're just going to throw him in prison for that, instead of just sending him back, because we definitely do not want him back. This shit drives me up the fucking wall. And we're just gonna lock him up. Oh, it gets even better. Remember when Maxine Waters tried to bring up a crowd and told them to go after specifically cabinet members, people who work for Trump, at any public place you go to, and just, get them kicked out. Just boo them away, shoo them away, get out of here, boo! And make sure they just stay home and not do anything. Obviously, the people are going to be like, well, why stop there? Why don't we just go after anybody who labels himself as a conservative or a Trump supporter? It doesn't have to be a cabinet worker. It could be just, an everyday Joe. Well, an incident like this did happen in Philly at the Green Egg Cafe, where Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk were just hanging out for breakfast. And, in a matter of minutes, they were booed out of the restaurant by, I guess, a Philly Antifa chapter. But when they get to the end, once they leave the restaurant, right on the sidewalk, boom, a crowd of idiots just surrounding them, just yelling at them, blaring the whistles, with them blowing their bullhorn, and doing these stupid chants at them. I mean, just see for yourself. It's all right here.
1, 2, 3, fuck the bourgeoisie! 4, 5, 6, fuck the bourgeoisie! 1, 2, 3! That's what your phone fucking says? Big government sucks? Wait, what sucks about big government? Let's talk about that one. What sucks about big government? Is it the fact that y'all are part of big government?
They're singing out of order. Get that out of my face. Don't let that touch me. I'm not kidding.
Wow, that's...
You got these not so well educated adults just surrounding them and just screaming their heads off right in their fucking ear. And hey Riley, where's the civility in that, you little fucker? How do you explain the civility there? I mean, Charlie Kirk and Candace, they've been pretty calm this whole time. Meanwhile, everyone else just screaming and blaring their horns, and you just saw the video yourself. It's like, I really don't know what else to say. This kind of shit in Philly, it's just unacceptable. It's just really unacceptable. And obviously, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just a bomb. And Philadelphia, it's, to anyone living in Philadelphia, please be careful out there. And best of luck to you, all right? That's really all I can say. Just be careful, and good luck.
A sanctuary city, yeah. A sanctuary city, yeah. A sanctuary city, yeah. A sanctuary city, yeah.